Hey everybody, I hope everybody's having a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. I wanted to talk about something serious for a moment. I know lately I've been making a lot of videos about wrestling and reality shows, which is all great and good, but I read something today and I wanted to talk about that. Alright, I go on Myspace a lot, and a friend of mine, his name is Greg, he wrote 2 blogs about the homeless. He basically experienced what it was like being a homeless person for a couple of days, and he wrote about it, and I was really touched and inspired by that, and I wanted to talk about it. Alright, let me just start out by saying the job that I do, and I don't really like talking about my job that much, but the job that I do, I basically do street security in Manhattan, New York City. And in my job, I deal with the homeless a lot on a daily basis. Basically, we try to get them off the street, stop them from doing something bad if they're doing something bad, try to get them services at a halfway shelter house called John Hughes House. And my daily encounters with the homeless is up and down, it's very up and down. My friend Greg, his blog, and I'm gonna put a link to his website so everyone can read it. I really encourage people to read this. This is really good. I just wanted to say our homeless situation in America is not very good right now. The homeless population is growing, especially in New York City, and there are a lot of programs out there trying to help people on the street, but it's just so overwhelming right now. It's very overwhelming. How I feel about this, people have a habit of treating the homeless like they're not even human beings. Now, whichever state you're from, whatever country you're from, there's homeless people everywhere. You see them on the street, you see them in the trains, you see them wherever, begging people for money. And we all have a tendency to just walk past that. I've done it plenty of times myself. And we all just walk past them like they're nothing. But we have to remember here that homeless people are human beings too. They may be less fortunate than us, but they're still human beings. I personally feel, especially in my job, it's so hard. It's so very difficult because I try so hard to help out a lot of the homeless. And most of them, sometimes they just don't want the help. They don't want the services. And it becomes very discouraging for me because I feel like, what am I doing out here helping them if they don't want no help? There's all kinds of homeless out there. You have the alcoholics that are just completely out of it. They all care about drinking, getting money to drink. Then you have your EDPs, which is called emotionally disturbed person. Those people are very mentally insane. And they're out on the street, and they shouldn't be on the street. They should be in the hospital somewhere. Then you got your people that just have that bad luck, that bad break, or the choice but to be on the street or be in a shelter somewhere. I'm going to touch on that in a few minutes because I have a experience on that. It's hard to say, but when I was a teenager, my father left us. My father left my mom, and we got evicted from our apartment. My mom, my 3 sisters, and I, we didn't have a place to stay. So for about 3 to 4 years, we were homeless basically. We had no shelter. We kept living in and out of people's apartments. Thankfully, it didn't get to the point where we had to be on the street, living out in the street, begging people for money, eating out of dumpsters. It didn't get to that, but it got enough where it was very mentally draining for all of us. And that's one experience in my life that I can never forget. And anytime I feel or see someone that's less fortunate than I am, I always look back on that experience and I put myself in that situation, and I know how it feels, and it's not a good feeling. Americans these days, they're living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of Americans are doing that. And if we lose our job and we're living paycheck to paycheck, what's going to happen? We rely so much on that paycheck, if that income don't come, then we're in trouble. And a lot of people fall in that category of losing their job and then having no kind of source of income, and then they become homeless. And that's a big problem in our country right now, a very big problem. It's scary to think that, you know, people see the homeless and they treat them like they're invisible. But you got to remember something. Anyone could become homeless. I don't care what kind of status you are in life. Anyone could become homeless. Everybody out there goes through bad luck and have those bad breaks. And sometimes more people have it more than others. And it's very, very unfortunate, but it happens. My friend Greg did a really great blog on his experience of being homeless. And I really hope people could read his blog and really be touched by it. I know it's a holiday season right now, and we should be very thankful that most of us have a shelter, are healthy, happy, we have a source of income. We should be very thankful for that, because there's so many people that don't have that situation, that are not in that place right now, you know? I feel like, you know, 2007 is coming to a close. 2008 coming up. There's a lot of changes in America that need to take place. There's a lot to name right now, but we all know what was going on. But the homeless situation in America is getting too complicated. It's becoming too much of a problem, especially here in New York City. New York is getting overflooded, overpopulated with the homeless. The homeless community is just growing and growing in numbers, and that's something that's become so out of control that we gotta put a stop to this. I really encourage people to just give yourself, if you see someone less fortunate, think about you in that situation. I know sometimes homeless people could be very annoying. They come up to you at all times of day asking you for money, and some people may be so annoyed by that they don't want you in your face. You know, it's a judgment call you have to make. Are you willing to give that person money? Is that homeless person willing to buy food or what they need? It's a hard decision to make, but I really encourage people, especially in the holiday season, to go out and help someone. Help someone that is less fortunate than you, because I guarantee you, if you're in that situation and you're going to need that help, you're going to want someone to help you out. Always remember that. Once again, I want to really thank my friend Greg for writing those 2 blogs. Excellent work, my friend. Excellent. And also I want to wish everybody a happy holiday and a happy New Year and a Merry Christmas and whatever else you celebrate. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, you name it. I just felt like I needed to say this and do a little venting. So hope I didn't depress everybody too much. Take it easy, folks.